we move down to the endocrine glands, strong. We move to bugs. If the bugs goes weak, then we know the person has an infection of some sort, and then we hunt that down and we say, is it a bacteria? It says, is bacteria strong, which means bacteria point is strong. Is it a yeast? Is it a virus? And then you'll pick one of those three and treat them accordingly, because the bacteria, the yeast, and the virus all need to be nutritionally supported in unique ways. Moving on into the fifth chakra. The fifth chakra, a real simple one. There's only two organs there. There's the thyroid here. There's a parathyroid. My parathyroid is a little bit weak. I need to keep supporting that primarily with parathyroid glandulars. So I'm going to continue to do that and keep working on that in my body. And then I move down here into the fourth chakra, the love chakra, or the heart chakra. Check the heart. That's strong, and the thymus gland, the immune system, the big daddy of the immune system, right there, thymus, heart. Okay? And then we're going to move down to point at some more of these organs. That's all we're doing, is pointing at organs and projecting or asking questions specifically to the body for feedback from that specific energy body. So we move down to the third chakra, which is the stomach area. We'll start out with the stomach. We go to the liver. We go to the gallbladder, we go over here to the pancreas, then we go to the spleen, okay? I think that's 5 major organs in that area, and we need to find out what exactly is going on there to aid in that digestion, to avoid all those garbage can diseases which end up in the colon, which the medical profession is struggling so much with these days. Now let's move down from the third chakra into the second chakra and go for that big guy, the duodenum. And let's check that duodenum and feed that with the soil-based organisms and the specific hormonal or endocrine glandulars to get that number up and get that strong, so you can start absorbing not only your vitamins but all your food, everything you eat. So that's the daddy of them all. Right there is the duodenal organ in the second chakra. So there it is, the duodenum right there. Then we got the kidneys. You can test together. And you can test them like this, 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 you can test it like with the pinky finger. There's many ways you can test it. The main thing is get the strength of the weakness reading from the organ. That's all that counts. That's all we're doing here. And you could conceivably, as I've mentioned over and over in my book, you could test all of this stuff just pointing at the camera if you had to, as long as you're projecting clearly the question into the body my left hand where it's pointing really is beside the point, but we like to point at it to give the doctor some focus and some reference as to what he's actually doing, and it works out wonderful that way. So we got the kidney right here, and then we got the left adrenal, we got the right adrenal, and that covers pretty much, that's the second chakra. And we move down to the last and final first chakra, the root or base chakra, which covers just a small number of key organs for the doctor of chiropractic or healer. And let's do those. Let's start out with the prostate gland. Let's test the prostate, which is also the same as the uterine reflex. So prostate, uterine, are those strong? Strong for me. They're very strong. We go down into the bladder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can check it out of 10. So I'm a 6 out of 10 out of this one, or you could check it out of 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Strong, gets weak on 700. So, you could check it out of 1,000,000. You could check it out of 3. I got tired of counting to 10 for many years, so I just started checking things out of 3. So it gave me a 1/3, 2/3, or 100% reading on the organ. So that was the way to do it, because I just changed the parameters in my question, or the scale or the gauge from which I was asking, because that's what counts. Everything is projected from you, the healer's mind, into the body to receive healing information given to you from the universe, basically, so that you can help that client. And believe me, it will come to you as you are asking for the correct answers from the universe to help genuinely that client and to match those organs up with proper nutrition, and the nutrition that you feel is the best and the most highest quality to feed those organs. So moving down, actually from the bladder, the last reflex we want to check is the left testicular and ovary or the right testicular and ovary. Check and make sure those are strong. You know, basically, if the number's below a 5 out of 10, if it's a 4, a 3, or 2, it's going to go weak. If it's a 5 or above, and as I've said in the manual, 6 or above is absolute, affirmative, strong. So if you get the feet up to a 6, you get the spine up to a 6. If you ask for a need and it comes up as a 6, then you do that. That need is strong. That need is absolute. That's something you need to do as quickly as possible. Okay? So basically what we've done, we've scanned the spine. We've fed the spine nutrition. We've detected the level of the feet, and we've detected specifically what's going on with the feet. We've given them orthotics. We've given them heel lifts, which is very utilized, and the foot adjustment. We've given the proper foot adjustment, and then we've moved in. We've scanned the chakras to find the weakest physical chakra area, and we've hunted down that weak organ in that area. One thing you can do, once you hunt down the primary major chief weak organ in that chakra, what you can do, you can erase that, and then you can rescan the spine. The body will give you the next organ if you want to start them on 2 or 3 or 4 different nutritions in the first visit. I don't recommend that you start them on more than about 3 or 4 at the beginning, because you really can get lost as to what you're doing and what's helping the client. So start out slowly, start building up these patients, start stepping out of just doing things for insurance reasons, and start healing your clients. Thank you very much. This is Dr. Frank W. Jeffries. I hope you're learning from all this stuff. Thanks again.